Looking good. Am I a second to running or a first? You like running better than me? Yeah. We've crossed the finish line so many times I can't even count anymore, hand in hand. We have a love for ourselves, our love for each other, our love for what we love to do. No matter how tough it gets,
Yeah.
you can still get out there.
Yeah.
You can still do the things you want to do.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. I know you don't like me tugging on you, but I gotta keep you out of the traffic. We were at a small race in Louisville, Kentucky. Catherine was talking with others about the fact that she wanted to run a half marathon or a marathon in all 50 states. I was quite impressed with an individual that would set a goal that lofty. So that was the part that really attracted me to her, was the fact that it takes a lot of determination to run a marathon, and then to think about, I'm gonna do it in all 50 states. I was able to convince her to train me to run the New York City Marathon later that year. I was, head over heels at that point.
My mom was very smitten. She was very smitten, like a teenage girl, even though she was in her late 30s at that point. She really, really, really liked him. I'm gonna be honest that she used to annoy me to death. She would talk about him so much. She would talk to him late at night on the phone and get a little giggly. He also had young children at home.
Obviously, I was young, so I didn't have much perspective. But from what I could tell once Catherine came in, his ambitions, as far as what he wanted to do, his drive was new. It was sort of like a renaissance, I would say, in one word. I can remember this one memory. I was at practice. My dad would always drop me off leave. But he'd drop me off and he'd stay. He'd get out, get some running gear on. And then, during practice, I'd see him running.
She's very competitive. I mean, if you say, I'm gonna race you faster, she's like, no, you're not. She'll smoke Tony. She used to taunt him. She used to run backwards and wait, catch up to me, old man.
Over the years, especially as his kids got older, they began to see each other more and spend more time together and travel together. And eventually, when his kids were out, they were able to move in together and live together.
I think it's a perfect story, love stories, if you will.
So what would you like for breakfast? The usual? Would you like the usual? Little strawberries?
Yeah. Huh. Yeah.
One of the things that made me notice that there was a problem with Catherine was when she was staying at a hotel, it would take her a while to get back from the hotel, or it would take her a while to contact me, letting me know that she had gotten there safely. Ready for your breakfast?
Okay.
Because you deserved it. You ran 6.2 miles, pretty much nonstop today.
Yeah.
You did a real good job.
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
Uh-huh.
Those are the things that we noticed about her memory and the fact that she was having some problems. And I'll put this around you here.
Oh.
Okay, turn around in your seat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she was diagnosed right around that time for early onset Alzheimer's. Can I have a
That's the
chip?
important part.
Okay, give Daddy a chip. You gonna give Bubby a chip? Give Bubby a chip. All right.
Whoa, look what Bob's got. We were actually all in St. Kitts together. We were having a big party there. And I was noticing just a few things, where I might have talked to Catherine about something, and then a few minutes later, she would ask me about it again.
She just seemed discombobulated when she'd come visit because she was getting lost driving here. It was a really rough time. Everything was really up in the air at that point.
I think the hardest thing, particularly in the beginning, was how upsetting it was for Catherine, because her father had been diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's, and his demise was very quick.
He was diagnosed in his late 60s, and it was very devastating for my mom. And she struggled, especially as he was going downhill. She had a lot of issues with the choices my grandma was making for putting him into a home. And then she also had her own fear of the same thing happening to her.
I always thought that if anybody can do this, I could do it. So I set up goals for myself. I am not going to put her in a home. I am not going to give somebody else a responsibility to do this. I'm going to do this. This is Tony's special. So we actually only have, it's one little pill. The rest of this is antioxidants and, things of that nature that they say it's very helpful. So I have 6 pills 3 times a day, basically. So I have to take a little bit of a period of time between the actual eating of the meal and taking her pills, because what happens is she thinks pills are food and tries to chew them. And unfortunately, pills don't taste very well, do they? No. Okay, here you go. And sip and swallow. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. Sip and swallow. There you go. Sip and swallow. Does that feel good?
I mean, it's wonderful. It's what we all hope for, right? When we partner with somebody, we always hope that they're going to be there in sickness and health, and he certainly has committed to that.
There you go. Smile. Smile.
You always come back and come in and like to go.
I'm always doing things for you. I'm always doing things for you.
Yeah.
I take care of you.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Would you know something?
What's that?
If the roles were reversed, you would do the same for me. I've got 68, so I need to get 2 more marathons before I turn 70. So I got a little over 3 years. So you gonna do them with me? Yeah. Been just about everywhere. I am a numbers guy.
Please hold on. This train is stopping.
We've been to 81 countries. We've run at least a half marathon in 35 of them. We've run a half marathon on all 7 continents. Right now, I think this is stop number 650 for us out of 7 years. That averages out about every 4 days. We're packing our bags and going somewhere else. I did a lot of research on Alzheimer's. I was looking at what's best for her, and I learned, they say intensive exercise is best, not just going out for a walk for a couple of miles, but so marathoning was really good. And travel, seeing new exciting things. So, going to different places. It goes into long-term memory, which is not affected at first. So Catherine's able to remember being, having dinner at the Eiffel Tower, or
Oh, yeah.
remember that?
Yeah,
Halfway up the Eiffel Tower, and we're having dinner there.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter for her where we are, just as long as we're together. She trusts me. And so she knows that I'll, be there for her, just like a blind person would for, having their dog or their cane to get them around the room.
My
so,
dog.
Yeah.
My dog.
Am I your dog?
No, this
okay.
is just the big one.
Yeah, I'm the big dog. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Any difficulties with balance, change in gait, tripping, stumbling?
No, just a little slower.
Okay.
And she takes more, she's taking more care. Going up steps, she's more careful. She makes sure she's holding onto the railing.
We talk all the time about how patients can maintain cognitive reserve, and some of the keystones of that include regular aerobic activity, socialization, meaningful activities, a structured routine, following a Mediterranean-style diet, and having a devoted care partner. Kat has all of those things and more. Your blood pressure looks great, as always. Your weight, down 3.2 pounds from the last time we weighed you, but it's all stable, all good. There have been changes. There will always be changes in this disease process, but the changes are more gradual in Kat's case, largely because of her healthy lifestyle.
Well, look at yours first. Thank you. Look, they got your name here. Kat.
It's Kat.
Yep. I'm gonna go through here and check our bibs. So for her, I need a women's small. It's hard for me to notice the actual decline over time. But when we're with people that hadn't seen us in 3 months or 6 months or a year, they'll come to me and go, oh, I'm so sorry, she's, because they hadn't seen her during that period of time. Don't bite my finger.
Oh,
I'm only kidding, I didn't bite my finger. I was just kidding. See, these pieces are getting smaller and smaller because there's less and less in here.
yeah.
And I want it to last forever. So this is my bite,
Yes.
and then this is your bite. And then at one point, I'm just going to take the last bite,
And there's,
and it's mine. Okay, this is mine. This is the last bite, it's mine. The toughest part is the fact that I'm not going to win this battle. And when we first started out, I thought we were. I really thought that I was going to find a cure. And knowing that that's not going to happen and all, so I kind of transferred it to the part where, okay, let's just have the best days that we can have as long as we can have. And now that's my goal, and going with that, it's much better. You want this to last forever?
yeah, pretty much.
You want it to last forever?
Huh?
I love you.
I love you too.
So we're gonna walk to the start, and then when we get to the start, we'll start running, okay?
Yeah.
I just envision myself in this situation, right? It can't be easy, it's not easy, and I mean, there's no more self-sacrifice than giving up your whole day and making sure every single second that person that you're caring for their needs come first.
It's a beautiful day. Reminds me of our training runs when we were back in Jeffersonville, Indiana.
My dad was always a caregiver and will always show support to Catherine, but I, always think to myself, who's supporting him, right?
It's hard to see, to be, because I love everybody, and I don't want to hurt anybody, and it's pretty much.
Sometimes she would just say, you should go on with your life. I think she eventually moved past that and recognized that it was an honor for him, if that's a weird word, but an honor for him to honor the commitment, that he had made to her, to always be there.
Yes! Yes! Woo! Woo!
They complete every race hand in hand. To have those moments where they basically get to affirm the love of what they do, the love that they are sharing, their love of travel, their love of adventure, their love of people.
It's really inspiring. It's beautiful.
Oh man, was that fun or what? What I always seem to see, from my perspective, watching the TV and seeing other couples, when times get tough, they just say, oh, well, and they just kind of give up and they go, oh, well, this is what she has or this is what he has, and we're just going to live with that and we're just going to wait for the end. And for us, we're always looking for what we love to do and what we love about each other and incorporate all those things together so that we can enjoy all of it. I know that I'm not going anywhere, no matter what the situation is. And if the tables were turned, I know that she would be there always for me. So that's how I see the love story.